Y'all know what it's time to do. Start spreading the news. Yeah, baby. Hey, welcome to the Cazual Talk Podcast.
Yes,
I am the Grandmaster Caz, but I ain't here by myself. I'm with my boys, them Henny Boyz.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got my man Big Dame. Okay.
Big Dame.
I'm just fucking with you. That's KB. I meant to shout Big Dame afterward. The
No
music
doubt.
distracted me. Fuck that. You know we won. This
Yeah.
is in the motherfucking building. Yeah. All right, make some noise. Yeah. Make some noise. Yeah. 94 to 90, baby. Game 5. We did it. And I predicted Knicks in 6 because I just was trying to give us a little room. But we did it in 5.
Yes, sir.
Got my man KB in the motherfucking building.
What's good?
I got the Mighty Mike C in the building because they always call it the way they might see it. You know what I mean? Shout out my man Big Dame. Big Dame, you know, had a little health thing. So he taking care of that. Our man Big Tone, his brother had a health issue. He's dealing with that. You know what I mean? So we holding it down. But we got enough guests in the building and enough audience in here to make it happen. We still reeling from the Knicks, man.
Yeah.
To my left, this is my brother, Mikey D, a.k.a. Mikey Destruction. Make some noise for Mikey D.
Yes, sir.
Hey, all you're going to see is pure hip-hop on here, okay? I mean, you'll find out where niggas come from if you watch this. Okay, we're going to trace back the origins of this shit because hip-hop is chronological. It started from somewhere, and then it grew to where you know it from. But I'm going to take you to where it started from. To my right, I got the first MC to rap behind a DJ. This is Coke LaRock. All right, traditionally, the conversion from disco to hip-hop, the DJs, the later DJs in the disco era did use microphones. They did rap. They did insert, you know what I mean, talking in between the music. But to have a separate entity stand next to the DJ and shout out, call the shots, tell you what's going to happen, whatever. This is the man right here, which eventually led to verses and rhymes and then rap music as we know it. All right, salute. Coke LaRock is in the motherfucker. We got some other guests we're going to bring on in a minute, but let's pop this bottle.
Gotta pop. Get the other one.
Get KB.
Get the other one.
KB. That one too?
Okay.
Okay. Because
Don't put that one there.
I don't know about y'all, but me and Coke, I can speak with me and Coke, and maybe Tuffy. Okay, we remember when Willis Reed limped out that motherfucking dressing room onto that court in 1969. Okay, when the Knicks won their first chip. All right, Willis Reed, Walt Frazier, Dick Barnett, Dave Stallworth, motherfucking Mike Reardon, Cassie Russell. Stop playing with me, gang. Dave DeBuscher, Bill Bradley.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The original New York Knicks, and then we came back and got another chip in '73, okay, when Earl of Pearl Monroe came over, all right, they called him Black Jesus back then, the first Black Jesus, all right, Jerry Lucas came over, 6'8", 6'9" center, okay, we never had big giant fucking centers when we won chips. We had Willis Reed, who was like, 6'9", they said he was 6'10", he was more like 6'8", 6'9", and then you had Jerry Lucas. So, the 2 chips, and now we got our third with Big Cat, you know what I mean?
Mitchell Robinson.
Yo, share the wealth, man. Talk about it. We didn't watch the game together.
All right.
Where was you watching or listening to the game, and what was your reaction?
I was at home. Right, I got a little run that I want to go on real quick. First of all, I want to give big ups to San Antonio for this reason.
Nah, see, that's
hold on, listen, no, listen out. Nah. Listen. You gotta listen. You gotta listen.
Too early for that shit.
No, it ain't too early. No, we doing that. We doing it right now. We doing it right now. We doing it right now. We doing it right now.
What Wemby tried to do?
What I want to tell you is this: when you win, when you win the championship,
I ain't even giving you a cup, man.
Son, you
don't drink out the bottle, yo.
Not necessary.
You got your own.
Everything I need. You know I come with everything I need. Everything I need. Everything I need. I always come with a hat. Son, but then I'm gonna tell you, when they try to diminish what you've done, right? What they're gonna do is diminish your opponent, right? They're gonna tell you your opponent was dumb. That's why you won. They was young. That's why you won. So the reason why you gotta give them their flowers is because it actually enhances what you got. They were the more talented team, right? Like they the young, they was the spry, and we walked their asses down, right? Like they were leading the series in every game, leading the series for 74% of the time. We was leading for 24% of the time and beat them 4-1. Right? You know, they you know what I'm saying? So there we go, son. Like I said.
Mike,
you know.
what's your take on it?
Well, I didn't see the game.
Didn't see the game?
This is getting terrible.
Didn't see the game?
Fucking jersey back.
Whenever I watch the game, we start losing. So when I turn away, we start winning. I didn't want to chance it. So I didn't
want to jinx.
So I didn't want to chance it. I kept checking on my phone and shit. I actually went to the movie.
Okay.
So I kept checking on my phone and shit, you know, checking on my phone, you know, and then by the time I got back, it was like the little 8 seconds left. I watched that part.
You didn't think you could ruin it?
Mikey, Queens,
yo, check this out. You thought this was bad. You thought that was bad.
Oh, shit.
It's about to get even worse. I don't even watch sports, man. And I'm sorry. I'm from town, but I represent New York. You know, that's it. I don't watch sports. I don't. Coalition. I don't. I told you it was gonna get worse, man. You can't just.
Hey.
I'm sorry, man.
Mike,
Hey.
the change sheets were tough. Look, I don't watch sports at all is better than I'm a Knicks fan, but I went to the movies.
I went to the movie.
Coke, where was you when it went down and your reaction?
I watched it, you know, with my lady. We watching the game. She know ball just as well.
Nice.
But we peaked at the right time.
Yes, sir.
That's why we ran through everybody. Through the Spurs, that next team. It's only one winner.
Right.
Yeah.
Out of 2 cats.
Yep.
But by them getting the lead 20 and we catching them 30, we catching them. Now imagine like we tried to get a good start.
Right.
But those are the last 2 teams, man. But the champs are here. New York is back.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna tell you.
Toast to New York.
In the sense of good sportsmanship, you know, big up to the Spurs.
Right.
You know, because
Of course.
both of them got to the chip, so that means them two was
Yes,
the best teams out of all the teams in the league. Okay,
Yep.
it ain't like they were some sucker ass niggas. They made it to
Yep.
the chip.
Yep.
My thing is, first of all, they were young, and that youth. To me, I don't like youth to win too early. For me, that's just me personally. I don't like to see somebody come in the league. They just tout him and he's the new savior and all that, and then win a chip or not. Now I think a nigga should get, earn a few stripes, have a few letdowns, get there almost, and then see what it really takes for it, and know I got a little ways to go. Because what I saw in Wemby is I seen like maybe he might be the future of the NBA, but he's not a veteran in a finals play. Okay, in playoff, that pressure is different. That shit is different. And if you ain't been there yet, and if you've never been there, you will not. You can't prepare for it. You know what I mean? The Knicks, They team is so solid, and they got 3 players that played in college together.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Them niggas know each other. They play for each other, and every addition complimented them. This was our destiny to win this shit this year. Salute to the New York Knicks.
New York Knicks. New York Knicks.
The parade is happening Thursday. I heard the announcement they're going to have a parade going down 7th Avenue. You already know.
Yep.
Ain't going to be no traffic whatsoever. I'm coming back to the city.
Yes, sir.
I'll get on
Yes,
the
sir.
train, whatever. You know what I mean? Anybody want to hook up or whatever, I'm going down.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I
Let's do
have
it.
to.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. Oh, man. I didn't even take my drink. All right. What's going on in hip-hop? Hip-hop. Now, last week we talked about the Max B thing and talking about Kane and all that. And we aired it out pretty much. It's been aired out in social media pretty much. I went and did my Rock the Bell show live from the studio last week, and I'm leaving the studio to walk to my car. I'll go past this Escalade, Max B, and motherfucking French Montana sitting there.
Wow.
Word up. I'm
Interesting. Interesting.
Coincidence?
Oh shit!
Coinkadink.
The
Coinkadink.
security, like my car was parked right here, and they was like right here, probably getting ready to go in the building, and so they was sitting in the back of the joint. So I was like, man, let me go say what's up, man. So I went to the security. I walked up, you know how them niggas be. Tapped the security first. Like, yo, I'm Grandmaster Caz. What's up, bro? I just want to say what's up. You know what I mean? Went up. Max was on the phone. French was sitting in the chair. So I'm like, yo, French, what's up, Grandmaster Caz? Yo, what up, Max? Max was like, yo, hold on. And I just want to say what's up. I'm out. And I went and got my car. And then I'm driving like, that shit is crazy. We just finished talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not in a derogatory way.
Not at all. Not
like
at all.
in a hip-hop way, like any hip-hop veteran of our thing. We didn't talk to you about this. You wasn't here when we had this discussion with Max B talking about, Kane ain't as relevant as him and all that kind of thing. Did you hear?
Nah, I don't. Again, that's the part again with me, Caz. I'm 71. So if I kept following it totally from the beginning, and like I said, my mentality of growing is the block, the street. Like I grew up in the street, like where I was, hustling all my life.
Right.
When I went to church with grandma, I had to do the right thing. But then you meet a friend, and my friends this is in junior high school. My friends' fathers was like Nicky Barnes and them cats. So they had like 8-level suits. My mother was a single parent, layaway,
Right.
And so again, they come into school with $500 money, and I hate we cut up like the South Bronx was always burning with hip hop. I grew up on the west side, it wasn't burning at all.
It wasn't.
Wasn't
Riverdale
poor cats
wasn't
over
burning
there.
either.
I'm just trying to say.
Nah, I feel you.
So again, it was money on that side. No disrespect to that side. And you next to a cat, like I said, I thought this is the other side. I thought drugs was illegal. Because I'm with young cats that had money, their family had money. And then you seeing like, we went shopping. My man took me shopping. When guys talk about other cars, they had the Godfather. Now he only
Car
16.
service.
We went from the Bronx to Delancey, went down there, we get in the spot. He's grabbing, that's when leather suit. Shaft was that guy. He's grabbing leather suit. So I'm just looking at him, because like I said, he's 16. We young. And he like, Coach, get something, just don't get the same color of thing. Like me. We ain't twins. And that's when they come out with the Warriors, because if you look alike, they call you the Warriors. So I got a leather suit, I got a bunch of stuff, but I couldn't bring stolen stuff home. My mother was that way.
Yeah.
Where you
Raised
get
right.
that shit from, right?
Yep.
Who gave you that? How you get that? My mother said, "Now I don't play with dirty money. You're not selling drugs. You're not doing none of that." But on the flip side, sports was kept me above water because I got no bragging. I got a good knuckle game. You know what I'm saying? I can play ball. So the only guys in front of you was the pretty boys, and whatever. All right.
They don't understand the divisions,
Right.
you know what I mean,
Right.
in the classifications like back in the day. They've changed since
Right, they changed. So once again, learning to get money and having money, just like with hip hop. Herc was my friend. I was going to spots way before he started. I didn't know Herc played music.
then. Right.
And I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. a lot of people didn't say their nationality. Now everybody's telling you who and what they were.
Exactly.
Where they came from.
Exactly.
I had a dark-skinned friend darker than me. And I didn't know he was Dominican. But anyway, I got in a fight with a guy, different nationality. I beat him up, beat his cousin up. Now when I come out of school, you know, they out there waiting the whole school. I'm like, oh, shit. And they talk in Spanish. And my man said, Coke, get ready. They going to jump you. And I looked at him because he's darker than me. I said, how you know that talk? He said, I'll tell you.
That talk.
Right.
So he told them he'll get in it, you know, in between
My
that.
cousins.
Yeah, he told me he'd get in it. Then they didn't fight us, but we was walking. I said, how did you know what they said? He said, Coke, I'm Dominican. And even with Herc, it took a minute before I knew Herc was Jamaican. You know, in my era, you judge a light skin, dark skin, you know, to a degree. Like, they would say, I'm from the country. My family's from North Carolina and all that, relatives. But I'm Bronx born. I came from the original Lincoln Hospital.
That's part of the resolution to that argument about Puerto Ricans and hip hop and Jamaican, the Jamaican influence in hip hop. Man, half the time we didn't know what the fuck nobody was. We just could, you know what I mean? The basis of everything that we did and started to do on our own was from what we did, and then the people that joined in was everybody. Was everybody. Like you said, nobody knew Flash was from Trinidad, or Herc was from Kingston, or Bambaataa was from, you know what I mean? Or so-and-so was this, and Kango was Haitian, or so-and-so was this and that. Now, you know, once you break everything down, it's like, damn, this is a fucking melting pot of different cultures. But guess what? Here's the thing. People try to make it seem like everybody's, you know, equally contributed or brought that. Everybody got down with what was going down. Okay? And what was going down was hip-hop. What was going down in the South Bronx, okay, started by... started by young individuals, okay, in the Bronx. Like Mel says, hip hop is more of a Bronx culture than black culture. You know what I mean? If you want to put something on it, because everybody that started doing this shit was from the Bronx. And now we know the different denominations. But when we first saw everybody was black. Okay? And then when you think about it, everybody is fucking black. I mean, we have cultural differences, but at the end of the day, everybody's black. But so another thing that we had talked about earlier, and I want to get your take on it too, Mike, the AI influence, not only in hip hop, but in music, period, and in the rest of our motherfucking existence. Okay, you can't even watch a commercial, and it's, you know how you see a commercial on TV and they overdo it. These fucking AI commercials is like, come on, man, for real? Are you serious? And everything is moving that way. But as far as the music is concerned, what do you think the effect, you know, it's definitely going to affect it. Do you think it's going to be a positive or a negative?
I think depending on how you use it, it can be both a positive and a negative. If you're using the AI to do all of the work for you, then that's a negative. Like me, I use AI a lot because I'm trying to stay ahead of the curve. I know this is where the future is going, and I want to be right there. So what I do is I use AI. I make AI make me sounds. I let AI assist me, not do all of the work for me. So I let it make the sounds, and then I create the tracks. So, I mean, look at the cats that use drum machines. They press buttons. They didn't make them sounds.
Same thing, right?
You know, so
even sampling. I mean, you didn't make that sound. You heard it there. You took it from there and you put it on here.
So I think AI is definitely a blessing and a curse at the same time, depending on how it's used. But I'm definitely working with it.
All right,
definitely working with it.
I mean, there's no way around it.
Right.
Pretty much. I mean, it's not a lot you can do or get left out. It's like I said, I always compare it to the toll booths. You know what I mean? When they started that Easy Pass shit. It's like, okay, man, fuck all that, man. I ain't doing that Easy Pass shit. I'd rather just pay the toll. Yeah, all right. First it was 10 toll booths, right? and 3 or 4 of them was Easy Pass, right? And then 6 of them was Easy Pass. And then 8 of them was Easy Pass. And then 9 of them was Easy Pass. There was only one motherfucking thing that still took money. Now You want to be a diehard. You be like, man, fuck that. I'm going to money. I'm going to pay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You know how long that motherfucking line is
Yeah.
going to be for people like you.
For people like you.
Yeah. That's what
People.
they do. They take the convenience. They say, you want to do it? You go ahead. We'll leave it around for a while, but they make it inconvenient for you and start making everything else obsolete.
Yeah.
So eventually you have to. You have to.
Got to
So you made a good point. Might as well get a jump on it.
Just get a jump on
and
it.
use it and not let it use you.
Exactly.
That type of shit. All right. Coke, take me back to Sedgwick Avenue. All right. It's now called Hip Hop Boulevard because Herc and you and Timmy Tim and you know what I mean, and Clark Kent.
Hip Hop Boulevard.
Huh?
I mean, yeah, but Timmy Tim, he came. Clark Kent came after we left the recreation.
After that.
After that.
Yeah, so
You
that
know,
was the crew at the Sparkle.
Yes, and they was at the Eagle Old, yeah. They came during the Sparkle era, you know. But Timmy Tim came during the recreation room. He was the tail end of the beginning of her putting somebody else on. Like, just like with me, myself, like, I was never around the music thing, you know what I'm saying? Because they had, on my side of town, they had talent shows. Guys forgot that. They had 3 churches. So they had talent shows. Everybody wanted to be Motown. Everybody was trying to be singers. They wanted to be the Temptations, the Four Tops. There wasn't no cats like, to me, myself, like I went to clubs. The Puzzle, the Tunnel, the Love Land, the Devil's End. These are spots before guys was born, in a sense of really going. You had to be 24 to get in.
Oh, trust.
The only reason I got in, because I had a knot. So, you know, they say, pull that knot out, Coke, give them 20, whatever. And that's how I got in a lot of spots. But even at 15, 20, I started selling weed. That's why they say, oh, he was a drug dealer, but to an extent of anything, getting money was different on that. Well, look out now, right? That's all I took myself at, you know. So I would come to the party early, because I had like 2 ounces bagged up, nickels, whatever. And her family went away that day. So he said, Coke, can you play the music for me while I go upstairs for a while with his lady or whatever that was. So I'm like, yeah, I done been to clubs, you know, it ain't like I didn't have an ear for music, you know, at all. So I'm in the room and I'm like, you knock me, I serve you, but I'm playing music at the same time. So I'm playing, then I start talking on the mic, calling cats' names out quietly. They didn't even know where it was coming from. Nobody knew I was talking or even behind the door. Then I'm in there for about 4 hours. And I peeked out, Herc's out there dancing. I'm like, oh shit, but I'm selling weed. So I'm like, it didn't matter. So he was like, Coke, I know music. I took you to some spots, but Herc is Herc. I'm not challenging none of that. Because my mind was nowhere near playing music. My whole team was like, Coke, what you doing with that?
You know what though? I don't mean to cut you off, but a lot of y'all contributed to what the Herculoids are. As well as other people contributed to what the Zulu Nation became and Bambaataa and in Flash as well, because people like Easy Mike and Disco B was Flash's other 2 DJs. People don't talk about him a lot or this and that. You know, Flash gets all the kudos and it's justifiably so. Flash is that dude. But other niggas was finding them records. They was bringing them records like, yo, check this shit out, man. I found this and that. And the same thing for me, same thing for a lot of DJs, another thing. The community started being encouraged by what you was doing, and they know what's up. So it's like, yo, I'm gonna bring so and so this record. I found such and such record. You put the word out, yo, I need that such and such. Or go to girl's house. You know, we used to go to girl's house. Yo, your mom's got records? Y'all got records?
Y'all
and just start digging. That was us. We started digging through their shit, man. And we found some gems. All right. Damn. Yo, listen, we could talk all day about the origins, but I just wanted to share the platform with you, bro, because a lot of people can bring a lot of people on a show but nobody could go far back as we can.
Not at all. I agree with that. And I appreciate that. You know, and like there's certain people that I'm with now that holds on to this. That's what I said. You can only be the champ for so long.
Exactly.
And every 10 years there's a different. And that was even in, like I said, my mentality's oriented hustling. So every 10 years, there's a new drug.
Yes, sir.
So with life itself, 10 years, all right, you might do another 10, but the consequences from drugs and things, you go to jail, die, get rich. What you want. And that's what it turned out to.
Yeah, that's the
Very few people get rich and turn it over to something legal. Because you adjust to that money. Like I said, at 16, I'm getting $1,700 a day. When I was 20, I was getting $30,000 a week. And I'm in the Bronx.
You just
I didn't have to
been
worry
doing that
about
shit.
nothing.
You could be
Even
a
with
billionaire.
dressing, yeah, you know, to my own extent. Even dressing. When guys was wearing, what was they wearing? Oh, man. Whatever they was wearing. I was wearing custom-made lizards, $375. My jewelry itself was $2,600. I went to A.J. Lester's. I went to Crawford's. I went to... Yes, I was buying. Because you had to dress like the look. And again, when you're in spots, see, and when I was playing at the Hebrew, this is why I said everybody picked little pieces out. We all did what we did, but you can't tell my story. Because I was a grown man at a young age. I was before my time, and I say it time and time again. For me to create, I created my own name. Like I said, when the guy's black, they call him black. If his nose run, they call you Booger. Where Coke LaRock came from. That was my creation. I gave my son, his middle name is LaRock. His name is Dante LaRock. He's 48. And I did that at the executive playhouse when he was born. Then my man said, Coach, can I use LaRock on my name? My man Butchie from Featherbed Lane. I'm like, go ahead. I couldn't see this. None of this. And he became Butchie LaRock. Look at the LaRocks. T LaRock, K LaRock, Doc LaRock, Scott LaRock, R.C. LaRock. I met a guy in North Carolina, Juice LaRock, last year. But again, LaRocks, that's what I say. Once again,
no doubt.
I am the patent, and there's the product.
Blueprint, baby.
My main man, Lucky Blank, you know, that's my dude, my partner, holding me down on how we do. Because life ain't nothing if you ain't got somebody to enjoy it with, man.
That's a fact.
That's how I do.
That's a fact.
So what I'm doing now, like, thank you for this, and these are the flowers guys tell me, but I like meeting good people along the way. I got MC Happy, y'all know him. Don't let him take
No
the
doubt.
mic. Don't let him get the mic. And I got DJ Fly Guy. That's the guy I'm running with a little more. He's the vinyl man. He reminds me of Cool Herc so much. And his wife.
I've been digging
DJ
through
Fly
the
Guy.
crates
Yeah, he's a
recently.
great guy. Oh my God.
He got me inspired.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, wait a minute, let me go. I got that shit. I got
that
that
shit.
shit.
DJ Fly Guy.
For sure.
But thank y'all, and Mike, the partner, everybody, man.
Thank
know
you,
me.
man.
I
Thank
got
you,
no
bro.
hate in my heart.
All right.
Because I was taught to again, man. If you ain't messing with my money, I ain't got a problem with you.
Yeah.
I just stay out your way, but don't stop me. Don't jump in my way.
That's a fact.
Love
Love is love.
Love.
Let Tuffy take the seat.
Yeah.
Y'all switch seats. Mikey,
Yes, sir.
instruction.
Yes, sir.
Okay, a little bit of orange because I'm always about how people start, where they come from, and all that shit. Queens, we already know.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people know about the connection between LL Cool J and you, but
That's my brother.
in case they don't, okay, just give them a little brief summation of that relationship because that's my we call him our fearless leader at Rock the Bells Radio. You know what I mean? I've been on for about 5 years. We all know L from back when he was young, but you had a relationship with him before the rest of us knew him.
Yeah, nah, that's my brother for life. I actually spoke to him yesterday and told him I was coming to check you out. He was happy about that.
That's what's
but
up.
when I met Todd, he was Jay Ski at the time, and
Todd.
we both had mutual friends that wanted to link us together or whatever. So we linked up at this spot called Roller Castle where Flavor Flav and Spectrum City and all of them used to bring their equipment out to and all of that. So when me and Jay Ski met, we compared notes. We stood there and rhymed back and forth for like a half an hour. So I was impressed off of how similar we sounded. We had the same growl.
I heard the same thing when I was just recently listening to you. I was like, yo, they sound kind of,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
same cadence and all of that. He was tall, slim. I'm short and slim, and he lived with his grandmoms. I lived with my grandmoms. We just hit it off, So he started coming around my way. He was in St. Albans. I'm in Lawton. He used to come around the way all the time, and we just started rhyming together. And because I was like, damn, it'd be dope if it was two of us. And this dude, we sound exactly the same.
What about how did he go from J Ski to LL Cool J?
Well, at the time, I was running around with a crew. We was like the Sensational Five. It was Playboy Mikey D, Ever Loving Kid Ice, Lovable Little B, Loverboy TC, and Romantic Lover Snow.
He's trying to get pussy.
Yeah. No, that's we did one on the girls. You know, we was definitely doing it for the girls.
And that's coming from Casanova Fly.
Yeah, Casanova Fly. So one day he came around the way. He said, yo, I gotta change my name. My name is Cool James. And I'm like, yo, that's cool. But you need something in front of it, something like, you know, what we got in front of our name. So we walked to the store and we was fumbling through names, and then I just stumbled across Ladies Love. And he said, what did you say? I was like, what about Ladies Love? Ladies Love Cool James. And that's where the LL came from.
Nice.
He adopted it, and then it was off to the races from
Clap
there.
it up for Mikey D.
Word, that's my brother. Word. But I'm going to tell you, you better clap it up for yourself, brother, because if it wasn't for you and me hearing you the first time I heard rap, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't have been rapping to be able to suggest that name to him. Wow. The first time I laid ears on hip hop, my boy D Money played a tape, and you said it was a long time ago, and I'ma never forget. I got caught in the bed with the girl named Yvette. I was scared like hell, but I got away, and that's why I'm here talking to you today. I swear to God, I fell in love with it. And another thing, my first rhyme, after I heard that, I went next door and I wrote a rhyme, used that blueprint, and the first rhyme I wrote was called Kim, and it was from Yvette, man.
You know what's crazy about that?
Thank
you.
you.
Want to hear a coincidence? I wrote Yvette, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then LL did a record called
Dear
Yvette,
Yvette, yes.
right? And then you did a joint called Kim, and then I wrote a thing called Kim for Bismarcky.
Oh wow! See, this is the universe is crazy.
Yeah,
Yo, give it up for Mike. Yo,
yeah. Respect.
All right, switch seats. Let me get my son down here.
Gotcha.
And let's talk to Tuffy. All right, Tuffy, what's good, man?
Chilling. Happy to be with you. Come on, man.
I'm happy that you're here, man. Now, and your man Mike C invited you down. So, Mike, man, talk to you, man. Talk about you, man.
What's good, Tough?
Grab a cup.
I'm happy to be here. New York is on fire right now. The Knicks won. And,
Yes, sir.
I want to hear all the Kim and Vet songs. I'm going to date a girl named Kim and Vet. So
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Hey, guys, if you don't know, Tough is from Video Music Box.
yeah.
Nice.
You've seen him on Video Music Box, and a lot of the videos that you see, Tough had a lot to do with. He did casting, he did directing, he did a lot of that stuff. So Tough, talk about some of that.
Video Music Box allowed us to have relationships with the industry overall. Ralph really started Video Music Box with the idea of introducing people to hip hop for songs they were hearing, but they had no clue who they were.
Right.
Because in the beginning, radio wasn't playing enough of it, and MTV, MTV hadn't started yet. We were first. But Video Music Box gave everyone an opportunity to see faces. So we did interviews. He was at all the shows, and I was I don't want to say I was younger, but I was younger than Ralph, so Ralph could get in where I couldn't, or if I looked too young. And I was one of those dudes who the hair wouldn't grow, so I would shave it all the time. Just wouldn't connect. I hated that when I was young. But Ralph and I would interview people in the parking lot if I couldn't get into the venue, and we started going everywhere. Everywhere there was a show. The first hip hop shows, we were there for all of them. From the Bronx to wherever we could find it, Long Island, Coliseum, wherever they were. So Video Music Box allowed us, and we created a company called Classic Concept Productions. So we interviewed, we created videos, we shot music videos, we put Stevie Wonder in a parachute, we did all the BBD, just years of stuff.
Yeah, name some of those.
And then the hip hop stuff, we did everything for Dougie Fresh in the beginning. We did Heavy D and the Boys. We didn't do the message, which makes me laugh because everyone says, "Did y'all do the message?" No.
Hey, you don't want to take credit for that video, right?
No, because there was a lot of things, and it's funny because what I understand is they shot it like it was a TV show, and then cut it down. They shot an hour worth of footage.
Really?
And then cut it down to 3 minutes and 13 seconds or something crazy.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a video music box directed video.
No, and that's a good thing. Because we were directing and casting and producing those videos, Ralph was able to play them as well. So it really helped, and it also created an opportunity for Ralph to create a video industry per se for us. So Ralph has 33,000 hours of footage.
Goodness gracious.
From
That is
interviews.
amazing. That is, I've seen video of his archives
Wow.
in the warehouse, and like it's like, this shit is ridiculous.
It
Like,
is.
and it's taken years
To digitize.
to go through, and it's the process is ongoing.
It is ongoing, which is why he created the Video Music Box collection, so that we can be supported by the fans. What he's trying to do is by the end of 2027, put it all digitally, and it could be an app, so you can actually access anything you want from Video Music Box.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about one of the first people to document videos when, like you said, at the time when MTV wasn't even playing black artists music videos, much less hip hop, right, on MTV at all. So we needed, just like when Mr. Magic came through on before HBI.
HBI,
Right, yeah, to listen to that shit 2 o'clock in the morning, okay, to hear some hip hop, and he would pay to be on the radio. You pay for time to be on the radio, and this is the same concept like that. Ralph followed the same kind of playbook. Like, I'm just gonna do this shit, man, on my own. You know what I mean? And create a channel. They was on what, 31?
He was on 31, which was NYC.
Right.
And NYC wasn't playing anything that looked like that. Not just hip hop. They weren't playing reggae. They weren't playing any kind of real music.
They were playing like city programming, things that
exactly.
were going on in the city and type.
It was really crazy shows. It was the kind of shows like Mary Hartman kind of shows back in the 70s. If you remember any of that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And there were a couple kids shows, exactly. And there were a couple kids shows on there that no one watched because it was only really playing within a specific area, like 13 miles from where NYC was located. So once Video Music Box became what it did, at the time, NYC reached out. They started getting bigger antennas, and their reach got bigger, which is why Ralph got bigger, and then we started getting offers. It's funny, one of the things I did early was I went to a friend of mine at Fox, and I said, we have a show that y'all don't have a hip hop show on Fox. So when I tried to create that situation, someone in Ralph's pocket or partners was like, he's trying to take over your show, and it wasn't like that. I was just trying to give us an opportunity to expand.
Right.
So because that happened and it slowed the process down, Fox got D's Pump It Up, which is how that
I
show became.
remember when,
They loved the idea of having a hip hop show. So since Ralph wasn't willing to give them or create a deal, they got D's Pump It Up. So I mean that's good for them.
which
was West
paled
Coast.
in comparison.
Without a
I mean,
doubt.
at the end of the day.
Because it was new and it was only West Coast. D wasn't getting any East Coast artists. So it was really just West Coast.
Salutes our girl, D Barnes, though.
Yes,
So what's the state of the I'm trying to preserve everything now. Like you said, he created an archive, and so everything that's already digitized goes straight into that archive.
Correct.
Right. So boom, as it goes on, that's going to be the Video Music Box collection.
Without a doubt. And it's going to be crazy. I mean, when I go to the office to watch him digitize, it takes forever because the process of it is not just digitizing the video, but it's the audio, and everything was beta, and it was so many different things that it's recreating all these things. And it's funny, AI, as y'all discussed earlier, there's a lot of ways, but AI doesn't understand the functionality of so much stuff that was from them. And if they don't
You have
input
to teach
that.
it to them first,
Right.
And then they'll be able to use it to compute an answer or a better version or whatever. That's what AI does. If you don't tell it nothing, it only knows what you told it, and it remembers it. I mean, if any of you guys experience it, GPT or anything like that, this shit is scary.
It is.
I asked the shit a question. It should be like, well, Caz, I mean, with your reputation and you know, as far as your involvement with GMC Entertainment and your status in the hip hop game, just
You be like, my man.
It's
My man.
Concerns early on was one of the formats wanted us to put a certain amount of footage into the format. It was the only version of that format, so we were concerned that putting it in, it could be
then
erased.
they'll have it. Either erase it or they'll have
Right, they can take it over
Right.
and it becomes something else.
Exactly.
So Ralph was very hesitant, so we really had to take small, that's why it's taken so long, to create a working environment for the footage. Because Ralph wants to make sure, because some of this is footage no one has ever seen.
It's a space that doesn't exist right now.
Exactly.
So there's have to be parameters and new rules and laws that don't exist will
Right.
probably have to be put in place because of things like that. Same
Yes,
thing with
100%.
streaming and all that other shit that happened. But yo, man, we appreciate your contributions
Thank you, brother.
to all that, man. I have been doing a hip hop sightseeing tour for over 20 some odd years in New York City until the pandemic hit. And when the pandemic hit, one of the first things that stopped was tourism. Okay, people stopped coming over here, and they stopped letting us congregate. So the last thing people was gonna do was get on a fucking 20 passenger tour bus from people all around the world with a pandemic going on. So we pretty much stopped for 2 years. During that time, a lot of things changed, you know, because of the downtime. AI started, you know, being on the rise. Working from home became the norm for a lot of people. Creativity became a necessity at that time. So people started coming up with different ways, new hustles, getting on the internet, creating shows. That's where all the podcasts and shit came from. From everybody having nothing to do. You know what I mean? It'd be like creating, you know, a content and all those kind of things. Right. And now it's here. So, with that being said, where do you think it's going to take hip hop? Because it seems like we've gotten to a place where, as far as like the culture is concerned, the culture came up to a point, and now everything else is business, industry, everything, and now AI. So it's like culture is little getting, you know, pressed a little further down as far as the equation, as us being able to do things. When we listen to music now, it's like we're becoming obsolete as humans.
To an extent, yes.
To an extent,
It's very true.
we are, because everything that we're able to do, there's an entity that could do that without, you know, complaining or not knowing how or anything.
Right.
But there's one thing that, you know, I'll say in grace. You can't make nothing up.
No.
You can't make nothing up. You can't create nothing. All you can do is go by what you know. Okay, hip hop came from something that wasn't there. It came from something that was this, and we changed it to make it this, and then we took this here and we added that to it, and we, you know what I mean? Because I always say hip hop didn't invent anything; it reinvented everything. Everything existed before.
Right.
You know, but our generation say, you know what? I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna see how he do. Guess what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it like that. You know what I mean? And then I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do it. And it happens like you said, every 10 years. Oh, what's that you, Coke? Every 10 years. Every 10 years, there's a new regeneration of ideas, thoughts, culture, music, and everything, technology, and it is what it is. Okay. Something else, something I really want to talk about though, and this is our communities, okay? And a lot of the ills in hip hop stem from what's going on in the streets. And what happens is that people who are street people take that conversation into hip hop, into the recording studios, and into, you know what I mean? And now we have a dynamic of a culture of people, of youth listening to messages that come from damaged people. Okay, they're listening to messages that come from people that it's overwhelming as far as that side of the message. That's what I'm saying, okay? And the days of the KRSs and the poor righteous teachers and the PEs and the, you know, the positivity and the nationalism and the black, all that's been, you know, kind of tossed to the side, so there's no balance. There's no balance. This is my son, Jonathan Kimball.
Big Cam.
Jonathan's not involved in hip hop. He's involved in what's going on in the streets and helping to, you know, give some kind of relief to our youth and show them that somebody's out here that's been through what you've been through. You know what I mean? There's a better way for you. You know what I mean? And I'll let him tell you a little more about it. This is my son, Jonathan.
Hi guys, how you doing? Appreciate you guys.
Oh,
where I work, I got you. So my name is Jonathan Kimball. I'm a gun violence interrupter in the Bronx. I work with SUV, which is Stand Up to Violence, out of Jacoby Hospital. And what we do is work to mediate conflicts in our community, working with people at the highest risk of getting shot and doing the shooting. What we also do is provide direct resources, boots on the ground, mental health counseling, job placement, job readiness training, connecting you to social workers, connecting you with one-shot deals if you can't pay your rent this month, things like that. These are resources that we were never able to get in our community. You know, what we're able to do is be, like they say, the middleman. Not only provide those resources, but have the articulation to talk to our people in the language that they understand. You know, and that's big because I'm a big guy with mental health. In regards to getting it, a lot of us, most of us, all of us need it. My therapist has a therapist, you know, and being able to talk directly to the people from where I come from. I'm born and raised in Soundview houses, and that's exactly where I work. Soundview, Stevenson Commons, Classic Point, Monroe, and Sackworm, and we're looking to expand. And I have a great team of guys, what we call credible messengers, great leadership. Shout out to my mentor, Mr. Kwame Thompson, who took me under the wing when I was going through it. Pops was out here lost, and I'm out here trying to figure it out. So yeah, man, so I love the work that I do because I'm able to help the people who look like me and come from where I come from. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And when you say boots on the ground, we're talking about, let's say, there's a shooting in your neighborhood. You know what I mean? Young kid, you know, shot in they go there.
So
talk about that.
Little background. To be a credible messenger, like somebody who just graduated from Harvard can't do our job. You know, the hospital recognizes that. The doctors, these are the people who are sick and tired of seeing black and brown people coming into their hospital shot up. It's like enough is enough, and we can't do anything. Let's go figure out who can. And so then that's when they get with the clergy. Then that's when the clergy go get with the homies. And in my neighborhood, it's sex money. And so, you know, you try to figure out the guys who want to affect change. And you got to be a grown man about things. You can't say you want to affect change in your community and not work with the police department. It's just not how it goes. You cannot build relationships with all the branches of government. You have to, from council person to senator. Shout out to all my people. In order to affect the change, you know, y'all want permits. Y'all want to do stuff. You know, when we have, you know, our neighborhood day and it's lingering into the community. Now it's coming out of the grass. I'm able to go and speak with the commanding officer, not only of the precinct, but of the entire Bronx, because we built those relationships. You know what I mean? And say, hey, and so he says, okay, let's just make traffic one way, tell them to keep the liquor down and keep the cars out, things like that. So we're able to have a good community, you know, because again, I tell them, if everybody in every apartment came outside, what would your police department do? And that's something they don't think about because you can't send people home. You know, and it's not the working people, it's our kids, it's the young people who are hanging out in the building, and we're able to have that dialogue with the police department to give them the same grace we wish we had. Like, yo, bro, they smoking in front of the building, but they ain't shooting nobody. And now when we go to the tenants meeting and the community board meetings and talk to the elders, who now, when I walk out my building, they smoking. We asking you to give them the same grace. Because when you call PSA or the police department, you putting their life at risk, and you're not realizing that. So it's that dialogue, it's that conversation, it's our young people or our people from our community who want to step up and be the change they want to see. You have to be the villager in your community. We all are, especially if you live there. I consider myself to be a world villager, like everywhere we go. You know, so I'm spreading that message. I'm creating my own entities. Called Blazing New Trails. I'm working with schools. We working, we building, we creating books. And we're blazing that trail to show people the way. But we've been.
Can I ask him something real quick?
It's a good day to blaze a new
Can I ask him something real quick?
What's up, man?
Are y'all able to talk to these young brothers about stuff like with the Cyrus young brother out there in South Carolina? You know, you got the other Carmelo Anthony kid out there in Texas, you know, who find themselves in these situations, right? Like this kid Cyrus finds himself in this situation where you got a gun, but you're not really like that. But you do got the gun, right? And so now when the circumstance comes, you run away, right? Like you don't turn and bust, you know, but the fact that you got this thing on you, allows people to use lethal force with you or whatever the case may be. Are y'all able to enter into those kind of conversations with these young people?
That's exactly what we do. Again, our job is credible message. You have to have the background. Again, I come from Soundview, born and raised. I've been shot in my hood. I've been to prison. I've been a member of Sex, Money, Murder. I've been involved in all of these entities. But at some point, you got to grow up.
Yeah.
You know, you have children.
If you get lucky, brother.
I got a pops who made changes in his life, who shows me, like, we could fumble, we could fall, but it's up to us to stand tall and blaze that trail. And shout out to my pops who showed me that.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice.
like, yo, we're going to make mistakes.
Nice.
You know what I mean? A lot of us are still 40, 50-year-old teenagers, man. Like, we still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And we've had kids and we've had community and all of these things. And again, we try to use grace, man. When I'm talking to a kid, he already knows the background, or I even share them stories, because a lot of them don't even be relevant to that. It's just the fact that you care. You know, we go out to eat and break bread to build those relationships. Yo, we don't have no magic bottle, bro. It's about being consistent in your community. The end.
Yeah.
My niggas ain't got no daddies. You become that superficial dad because you're saying something. Accountability is important. Like all of these things, and it ain't overnight. Yeah. I've had conversations with young men who I've helped right now. I'm helping him. He going to do his flagging thing this weekend. Then he's going to do his OSHA, all that.
Nice.
Go right into the community and crash out. Not even an hour later. I just spoke about that on a podcast with Andy King.
Wow.
It's heartbreaking, but you got to lead with grace.
Yeah.
If he ain't got no daddy, he got a mental health, issue. We trying to get him the help. He's making good strides, but making good decisions every day,
in real time.
All day, in real time. It's hard.
It is.
Because then you get to your community.
Salute you, brother, man.
Right where the niggas are standing at the stop sign, they ratchet. They on that timing. So it's a lot, but it takes a community.
Yeah.
We hold the bus driver from the 27 bus accountable, the store owners, anybody who pulling up, we holding you accountable.
Yeah.
Because now the numbers are down, we policing ourselves, and we leading with that grace. So I can only speak for my community because it's working. But we need all the communities to do the same thing, step up. And if we can get any, what we call the CMS, which is crisis management systems, into these communities, it can work, man. Because we seeing it work, man. So, yeah, man.
Salute you, B. Salute you.
It ain't no strangers. Ain't nobody coming to save us. Ain't no strangers coming to save us, bro.
Salute
so it's on
you.
us.
Salute you. Salute you.
All right.
Want some of these young people to get a chance to grow up, man.
You too tough. Thank you, brother. Oh, man. Clap it up for our guests, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mike, scoot on over. Because I need to know how the way Mike see it. Okay?
I know you're going to go to the phone, son.
You got to let us know.
Go to the phone, son.
The way you might see it. You say you got to go to the phone.
You're going to go to the phone, son.
You're going to keep it brief this week.
You're going to read a sonnet. Read a sonnet. You're going to go to that. Got a snigger? Oh, impetuous. Impetuous Paul.
This is the way I might see it. All right?
Throw this in there.
I feel like,
Shit got warm, so throw it in the ice.
To romance, on how you meet somebody and fall in love. A lot of that stuff has changed now, being the way times has changed. All right, I feel that there was a time when romance was something you built, not something you searched for with the touch of a button. People actually courted each other. You would take someone out for dinner, maybe grab a slice of pizza together. You would spend time talking on the phone for hours. You would do that type of stuff to actually fall in love. And things like that has kind of changed now. It's more about, yo, can I hit that? Or, that whole thing has changed. It was a time when ladies used to come outside and they would dress totally different. Now they damn near butt-ass naked. So what's the first thought that comes to your mind when you meet them? You know, it's not about romance. This is not somebody.
Can she cook?
If she can cook, yeah. But my point is, she's not somebody you want to take to meet moms. You know what I mean? Like you can't take her with the big see-through ass and the shit. You can't take her to meet your moms. And a lot of that stuff needs to change. We need to go back to where it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Where you can meet somebody and kick it with them, and at the end of a party, you at the party, you dancing all, but at the end of the party, they throwing some slow songs. And you can get around and dance. And we miss that. All of that good stuff is what we grew up on, and they don't have
Do be all over the place.
all right? I know y'all remember that. Most of you do. All right? Where you, what all that, that's what it was about.
Do be
That's
all
how
over
you
the
fell in
place,
love.
At 2
You sat
o'clock,
on
I've
two-
always played a slow record.
There you
I
go.
played 3, the Delphonics,
That's my
Smokey Robinson.
The
Smokey.
Love I Gave. The Love I Gave. My favorite song.
Right.
We knew the party was over then, nigga.
Yeah.
And you would grab some.
Two more records, your ass is out.
You walk up to the girl you was dancing with all night, and you go, "Can we get this last dance?" And 9 times out of 10, she's like, "Yeah, bet." Now you slow dancing. And then you get a number. The next day, y'all calling, y'all on the phone for hours. Y'all talk about each other's dreams and who's your friend and what's your sign and all that. And you actually fell in love, as opposed to just looking at somebody online and going, "Shit, I can kick it." And now we got apps now that you can meet somebody with an app. All of that needs to change. We need to go back to where it used to be. And that's the way I might see it. And if you don't see it the way I might see it, then maybe you can't see what I might see.
No doubt.
Applause, Damn it.
Slow jams.
Tito, hand me a tissue.
Stop teasing.
Okay, baby. Now we already know the Knicks. We
No doubt.
know what the Knicks did
No
and
doubt.
how they did it. Okay, but I know that's not where you're at right now.
Well, in a way. First of all, like I gotta give out a couple of apologies, right? Like I got an apology. I got an apology for Jalen Brunson, right? Because
You and Stephen A. and the rest of the
I would say virtually everybody, but I know that people lie, right? People say, "No, I knew." No. But if you go back to that time, we all wanted Donovan Mitchell, right? Like we wanted Donovan Mitchell, and Jalen Brunson was what we got left with, and everybody was like, "Come on, dog! Like this is disgusting." And so I owe that young man an apology because I stayed steadfast that I didn't think a 6'2" guy as your best player was going to be able to accomplish it. And I got to salute that brother and apologize and be like, "Yo, you know what, dog? I was on the wrong side of it. And this kid is phenomenal, man. And I want to salute him. I got to salute Mike Brown as our third choice, right? People got to remember that he wasn't the first choice when the job came up, right? We wanted the other kid, a couple of white Mike Brown, the white Mike Brown. We wanted him. We wanted some other people. We were like, "Yo, son," and we got stuck with him. We were like, man, LeBron's man,
I
right?
feel you.
And lo and behold, he does all the right things, man, all the right things. Even to Atlanta, we sort of struggle with them. If you call 4 to 6 struggling, 4 to 2 struggling, he makes one adjustment, taking Jalen Brunson off the ball, let him be a 2 guard. We start taking people to the shed. Game after game. Sweet Philly, who was supposed to beat us. They was better than us. Sweet Cleveland. Oh, yeah, they was better than us. This is all the smart people. Oh, then we play San Antonio. Oh, they're better than us. They're going to sweep. You know what I'm saying? Right. And not for nothing. And we end up beating them 4-1. And so, you at a certain point, if you were on the wrong side of it, as much as you get excited, I'm just as excited as everybody else. I do gotta say, hey, you know what? These things that Leon Rose and Worldwide West, when these dudes did, I didn't see it coming, right? Like I ain't see it coming, and it came to fruition. And so you stand back and salute it, man. And
well, that's admirable.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Because a lot of these motherfuckers just jump ship and flip flopping back and forth.
Yeah.
And most of the analysts, and you know this, because you
Yeah.
watch sports,
Yep.
they do that shit all the time.
All the time. I knew it.
And once you're doing bad or whatever, they be like, well, I don't know, this guy has been disappointing and such and such, and and then fuck around and start winning. Oh man, we knew it.
Yeah, we knew it. We knew it.
Right.
We knew it. We knew it.
I think this is the best team
Yes.
in the league as a whole. I think some teams got better players, maybe a couple of, or you know what I mean. But I mean, as a whole, top to bottom, bench, everything, hustle, heart, competitiveness, like never give up, and the worst, I mean the best thing, never fucking give up.
Get it.
I don't care how many points you down by, and they've done that over and over and over again.
Yep. You know who we owe something to?
2026 New York Knicks, man. I can't say it enough.
We gotta know we owe something to Tom Thibodeau as well.
Tibbs, okay, we get
yo,
Tibbs.
I'm gonna tell you, Tibbs.
I don't think Tibbs coaching would have took them to this chip this year.
But it's the thing that you gotta give credit to is this: there was a change in the culture of the Knicks. The Knicks were perpetual losers. They didn't have that fight. They didn't have that grit that you're talking about. And all of that starts with Tom Thibodeau, right? It's the same way that you might say
starts with him.
With Golden State, right?
Put that team together.
Exactly. Golden State, you might say that Mark Jackson was the framework of Steph and Clay and what they became. But Steve Kerr comes in, and then that change in the recipe.
Good point.
Produces the championship. You know what I'm saying? But you can't then forego the master chef. You know what I'm saying? The master chef. So big up Tom Thibodeau, son. Big up Tom Thibodeau.
The parade is on Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Parade, all right, down
we there.
Canyon of Champions. We going.
Yeah, we there. We there.
Like I said, I want to be able to say that I experienced all of the championships. You know what I mean? Me and Coke, and any of us who's old enough to have grown up in the 60s, followed the Knicks. Like I said, it was 76 or 75, 76 when I wrote the rhymes on Rappers Delight. Okay.
Nice.
I got a color TV so I could see the Knicks play basketball. Cause we was in Manhattan in 1970. I lived in Harlem, and my father worked for Columbia University. And Cassie Russell lived across the street. And only Manhattan had cable back then. Remember? Bronx, nobody had cable, only Manhattan. And I could see all the Knicks games. You know what I mean? But they was in black and white.
And it was on tape. It was on tape delay then, right?
No, right there. But I'm saying we had a black and white TV. That's what I'm saying. So I wrote the shit. I got a color TV so I could see the Knicks play. Cause I've been watching them in black and white all the time.
You know what else I want to salute about that championship? Jalen Brunson and his father.
Oh yeah, that's a story.
Cat and his father, right? Like
and his mom's too.
His mother passed, but I'm saying on the floor, you are able to see this black man hugging his father. His father is experiencing this great moment with him. And both of those men, when I saw them, even though I was very angry at Cat during the game, I was able to get out of that and just be like, wow, son, these black fathers being there, you know, so many times our sisters have had to step up. Right, and they had to be the one, you know, because it was profitable to take the black man out the home, right? You know what I'm saying? But to see that these are brothers that are there with their kids. If anybody who knows anything about the Jalen Brunson story, about the fights between him and his father, training him to become the king. You know what I'm saying? Become the king he is, man.
The Papa Joe Jackson picture with the
Joe
belt.
Jackson with the belt. He got the belt.
His ass into success, goddamn. You can say what you want about Joe Jackson.
Joe Jackson is
I whooped their ass.
He's unsung. He's unsung.
Yeah, song, baby. Joe Jackson, baby. Joe Jackson.
So
Yeah.
listen, the Fearless Four just performed at Chirac Day.
Yes, they did. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yes, they did. Yes, sir.
Right. Salute to my sister Chirac, who I'm on the radio with every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Rock the Bell Radio, Sirius XM, Channel 43. Okay, shameless plug. Okay. Also, I've been working on Crotona Park for 2026. Everybody been calling me, texting like, yo, what's up with the jam? Yeah, we ain't seen no flyer. We don't know what's going on. But we got a new administration here in New York City, new mayor. Parks Department has been kind of revamped somewhat. And so everybody's permits and event things are getting more scrutinized. You know what I mean? There's more responsibilities and things that you have to do. So it's taken us a long time to kind of get through these things. And I can't even start promoting until everything is locked down and everything is secured. But I just had a meeting, okay, and everything should be secured. By the time y'all see this podcast, the Crotona Park flyer should be online. Okay.
Nice.
Crotona Park Jam starts July 9th.
Nice.
July 9th continues July 16th, July 25th. They fucked us on the 30th because Summer Stage is coming in and doing their events that they do at Crotona Park. And then the next Thursday will be our finale at Crotona Park, which is August 6th.
August 6th, okay.
So yeah, we back, and we did what we had to do to make it happen. This is an event that's going on for 25 years now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for it not to happen all of a sudden, I can't see that in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Okay? So unless there's some forces that I can't fight against or something, you know what I mean? Crotona Park will continue. You know what I mean? It's something that we have that we've done that I don't see nothing else that represents hip hop, the culture of hip hop, the community of hip hop. You know what I mean? The way this event does. So I vow to keep this shit going. Trust me.
Nice.
Yeah, let's drink to that.
Drink the.
Right, you up? You up? All right.
Wow. Ooh.
Y'all need some booze, right?
Everybody out there like, we ain't got no
We ain't got nothing to do with.
drink champs.
Y'all getting wet. Y'all getting wet.
No, but yo, once again, this is our second podcast with the audience, and this is what it's gonna be moving forward. You know what I mean? After a while, people gonna be trying to beat down the door to get in here to sit in the same seats that you guys are sitting in. But we appreciate y'all. Trust and believe. Clap
Yes,
up
sir.
for yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, clap it up. We back. Cazual Talk, baby. Henny Boyz, we in here. Salute to Big Tone. Salute to Dame. They'll be back next week. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we want to open up the forum to some questions from our audience. Anything about anything we talked about tonight or anything else that has to do with hip hop. You know what I mean? The floor is open. All right.
So I was
Hold on, we got a mic for you.
Coming to you. Oh yeah, mic coming to you.
So with all of the great things that we're doing right now in hip hop, right? And I just want to know, what exactly do you think needs to be done to keep the younger generation with understanding the culture of hip hop so it can keep going and it doesn't stop with us?
Good question.
I mean, that's a good question, and it's something that every generation is going to face. How do we keep the past or the current generation involved culturally and teach them about what happened before them? It's a dilemma, because the further away, the generations get from the original, school of hip-hop, the further away they're going to get from the consciousness of it. You know what I mean? With so many other things coming into play, it's harder to keep them engaged. But forums like this, radio stations like LL Station, which is classic hip hop, where there's examples that you can go to, that we can direct them to, that shows them what happened before them without dictating to them. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's hard to get somebody new to accept something old. it seems irrelevant. It's in the past. That happened then. That was, you know what I mean? You have to make the correlation between why that is relevant to what you like right now. And I think that's how we can keep them engaged and keep the culture moving forward and make people want to look back and make the connection between what happened before them and what they like now.
Do you think the answer is sort of maybe more getting at some of the younger MCs, right? Because I don't know that sometimes that a older MC can sort of talk to the younger people, because in the younger people might feel like, you old ass nigga, you don't really know what you're talking about. Whereas if it is their young MC who say, yo, these things I sort of got from, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Kane and a lot of them were a lot more like that as far as giving homage to the pioneers. And some of these,
to the people,
some of these new MCs, they not really on that time, you know what I'm saying? So I think that might be a way to get a young person to be like, yo, word, yo, nah, respect them old school brothers, you know what I'm saying? Niggas put it in.
Yeah, well, when things happen like what happened just recently with, with the Max B and the Kane thing, it brings light too. Okay, well, who's this guy that he's saying that is irrelevant? Somebody was dumb enough to say that his comments made Kane relevant. That was some stupid shit, because Kane has always been relevant. But there is a point that people who ain't checking for Kane, okay, is just investigating the statement and what happened, then they're gonna go and see what's up. They're gonna find him wrong, okay, but they're gonna learn something, So in a way, it kind of it added to the point that we're trying to make right here. How you make the correlation between what happened before and make young kids digest it without like, oh, this old nigga don't know what he talking about type shit. And Mike, you an old nigga who usually don't know what he talking about, so I know you know.
What's your old man? Are you up? Are you up?
Mike's like, I'ma get it.
Collard greens make my feet stink.
Next question.
Next question. Don't everybody ask it once. Hap, I know you got a question.
I live the question.
I live the question.
Let me ask you guys, do you think that the New York Knicks winning is going to contribute to better New York hip-hop?
Good question. I think maybe for a minute. I think it, the New York Knicks winning the chip is gonna, of course, it's gonna bring out new songs, new anthems. Older artists are gonna chime in, you know what I mean, and make songs. But I don't think it's gonna last. I don't think it's gonna up the quality of MCing in hip hop because the Knicks won. But I think we're gonna come out with some pretty good, anthems or Knicks songs out of it, and maybe get some classic artists to join in. I'm gonna do a fucking Knicks anthem joint.
All right.
Yeah, fuck that, man. This ain't never happened. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it'll, with me, added to the fray, that probably will up the, you know what I mean? But no, I don't think as a whole it'll up the the quality of rap in hip hop. I wish there was one thing that could happen that would do that, but there's too many bum ass MCs out here.
And in general, how do y'all feel about hip hop in New York right now?
Hip hop in New York?
Currently, like the current state of hip hop in New York.
For me, I think we're having a so-called resurgence or somewhat. I think hip hop is coming home a little bit, you know what I mean? But I don't think it's because of the music. I just think because a lot of New York artists have platforms now. So it's bringing notoriety to the artists and the fact that they're hip hop artists, but not exercising hip hop art. If that makes any sense.
Do you think that hip hop will ever sort of segue? Because I guess sort of there's a sentiment that hip hop has sort of segued from the kind of lyricism, moving off the beaten
Yeah, I'm
path,
glad
right?
you
Like
brought that.
I'm not gonna say the same thing you said, or you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna rhyme like you. Whereas you can hear these songs now, and they could all sound like sort of repetitively the same song. Do you think that it's ever gonna go back to kind of this is my style, and I want people to be able to judge my style against your style?
Wow, Mike.
Nah, hey. I ain't even hear half that shit. Say that. Say no. The last part I really got to where you said this is my style against your style.
Do you think everybody didn't sound the same?
Right.
Some people rhymed about this.
But now today, most people sound the same.
There's a uniform that you wear.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that it's ever gonna go the other way into a space of the uniqueness,
Lyricism,
of this rapper,
individuality, and that kind of thing?
When you look at it, you think about it. Everything is kind of original in its own way. Like if you look at trap music today, right? I can't get into trap music, but my kids can get into trap music, right? They have different styles of every type of rap now. Every type of rap. They got country rap, right? They got gay rap now. They got every type of rap, for real.
Whoa.
Hey, they got what's the dude's name? What's his name?
No, they have gay rappers, but they don't have gay rap.
Did you see his? Time out. Did you see his video? Did you see his video? That means they got gay rap. You seen the
went
video?
too far now, Mike. You went too far. I can't get with you on this one, Mike.
Hey, Cat, did you see the video? This guy got naked firemen coming down, all types of crazy shit. So that shit is gay. They have that. But what I'm saying is, they got all of that crazy shit. So you pick what you like and you keep it moving. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I see
Well,
it.
to answer the question,
Because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I don't appreciate it. I hope, because I always say that hip hop is like a roller coaster. You know what I mean? It goes up and down, and this, but it always winds up right back here, and then has to start all over again. And I think when it stops right here, that's when the originality is going to come back, the lyricism, the need for those things are going to come back, or the desire for those things are going to come back. People are going to want to be original at some point. Somebody's going to spark, ignite the flame that makes that the next trend, to be original, to not sound like everything else that's on there, to not sound like the last record that came out. Okay, and that's when it'll happen. And I think hip hop is going to go on long enough for it to come full circle. So yeah, I think it'll happen.
Nah.
Oh man, we just need some niggas to drop some real bars out here and make statements. You know what I mean? Make it a staple, like make it happen. Now that's what it is. Now you can do some cornball shit if you want, but it's gonna be categorized as that.
That's
okay,
what we
that's
got.
cool. That's that cornball shit. Put it over here. All right, here go the real shit right here. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of shit is cornball shit.
Yeah, but it's subjective. Like
Right.
you said, there's so many
different types of
out
shit.
there. And one person's bullshit is the next person's
Love of shit. Like, oh, I love that shit. You love what? I love it. You heard what he said.
Exactly. And you can't tell that person nothing because it's subjective. It's what somebody likes. Any other questions?
Yeah, I just want to say something. Can you guys hear me? All right. I want to say peace to the brothers, Mike, Caz, what have you. I go back in hip hop forever, but I was thinking to myself, and I've thought about this a lot of times, because the same question, like, what's going on with the younger generation compared to the older generation, what have you. I mean, if you think back to when hip hop started, just a record like the message of freedom, back in the days, the whole house, the whole family was listening to that. Grandma, grandpa, that was in the house. Okay, until the hardcore came. Boy, what you listening to that stuff for in my house? You feel me? It changed. It went in another direction. It took a lot away from hip hop, even monies. But on average, like I said, and I keep telling myself, as far as like Caz, Mike, brothers, Coke La Rock, brothers that been there for a minute, Curtis Blow, whoever. I really think, truthfully, that we need a coalition, a serious coalition, 2015, OGs, original pioneers, to sit down at the table. So when somebody make that record, we're going to listen to it before it come out. It's not the government's problem. This is our problem. We brought this culture here. You feel me? But it seemed like everybody else is trying to take control of this culture.
Yo.
I'm just making a point.
No, you definitely making a point.
You understand? It should go through here first, and then say, let's get it over there. Let's let the people hear it or what have you. Because guess what? If I don't want it in my household, why would I bring it out?
I just want to ask you a question to that. So to that. No, keep the mic. So my question to you to that would be this: Do you think, by and large, how old would you be?
Excuse me?
You don't have to give your exact age.
He's like my age.
Roundabout.
Like my age.
67.
Like his
okay,
age.
In the 60s.
Like his age.
Do you think that, by and large, a 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kid is going to respect what it is that you want to hear?
They will have to, because we're controlling the situation.
But then would the movement die?
Excuse me?
Would the movement die? Isn't all movements, aren't all movements generated?
I understand your point of view. But what I'm saying is, if we are controlling the situation, okay, just like you watch television, you watch the Knicks. When that commercial come on, you're like, oh my God. I couldn't see that jump shot. I couldn't understand me. They control that narrative. When we control our narrative of hip hop and say this is what we want done when it's time to do it,
with what it is.
They got to go with what it is.
Now,
that would slow things down to a certain degree.
But guess what? It's way too late for that shit.
Yeah, right.
I would say
We've tried at different junctures. We've come together. I've been to every gathering of pioneers and every get together where we tried to create a coalition or some kind of thing. I still got the banners in my fucking house. There's documentaries of us sitting around round tables. I mean, DJ Hollywood, me, Curtis Blow, this one, that one, this one. We've all tried to do it. But at some point, it could never come to any kind of fruition. You know what I mean? This is something, like you said, we should have done this shit in the beginning, but none of us knew that it was going to be here the next fucking year, or the next month for that matter. We were living day to day. We didn't know if this thing was going to turn into something or nothing. We knew that this was the thing of the day. This is what the fuck we do, and this is what we about. Had we known, that's why when people ask me, yo, did you ever think that hip-hop would grow to the... I would be a dickhead if I sat here and said, yeah, I know it would grow to this big, and I don't own a record company, a distribution company, a fucking video company. I don't own nothing as far as hip-hop but me and what the fuck I do and what I did.
Exactly.
Okay? And none of us do. Had we banded together in the beginning, before the outside forces came in and said, yo, we want to make a movie about this. Yo, we want to put this on the radio. Yo, we want to put this, we want to do an article about it. Before all that shit.
You want to monetize it.
If we would have had a coalition together, and then when they approached us as a whole.
Right.
Okay, and said, yo, we want to do this. You go, okay, if you do this, you got to do it like this.
Right.
Okay? But that was never established. That was never established. And then the industry took over. That's then, and not as a whole, but individually. They picked us off individually. Hey, give them a deal. Hey, sign them dudes. Put them up. You know what I mean? And now the race is on. Yeah. Now it ain't, it's out of our hands.
Right.
Okay, we can be independent if we want, but look what we up against. A multi-billion-dollar fucking machine now. Yeah. So that idea, and Curtis Blow is trying to do it now, to this day. It's called the Hip Hop Alliance. Okay, and he's trying to gather together the foundation of hip hop for the betterment of not only the foundation, but for hip hop in itself. to know more about the business of hip hop, to know more about health and insurance and all these kind of things that they don't teach us, that the record companies don't teach us. Okay, so initiatives like that are underway, but as far as us taking control, that's done. That's done. The control is already taken.
Love is love. It's just like I said. It's not even an idea, like you said, brother. It happened.
It's a concept.
We tried to do it. See, everybody.
And it would have worked if we would have did it in the beginning.
And I didn't even know that. You know, I've been in hip hop all my life, but I'm just saying, everybody have their own way of thinking. So you know what I mean. Yeah. If you don't sit down at the round table and talk about it, you'll never know what another man is thinking.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? But love is love. It's just positive, and God bless for inviting me down.
No doubt.
Have a nice night.
All right, thank you. Any other questions?
Right? That's
You was
what I
out here
Come on,
riding,
Neil.
dog. You was out here riding.
Now the camera's on.
Oh, B, that's not good.
Hold on. We got somebody with a question.
I think what's the beauty of hip hop is what I keep hearing people say. It's like everyone have their own opinion. Everybody have their own freedom of speech. So what hip hop did grow to is to something to that gives everyone now an opportunity to have a freedom of speech. Now, whether you have bars or not, whether you're able to know how to put those words together, that could be judged by, people like Caz, you know what I'm saying, that been there, that originally formed that. But it opened up the door for everyone to, get their freedom of speech. I think that's amazing because everyone around the world is able to do it now. I don't think we want to block it. Let the trolls and let the negative and let the people that are against positivity expose themselves. We need to see exactly where you are at. And that's what people don't realize happens across this microphone. Whatever you let out on this microphone and you letting out to the world. You can't erase that. So just imagine some of these cats that done wrote down some of this crap, like I'm gonna start going on and showing the people what I was raised up against, the bars that I was programmed in my mind. The bars, everyone sitting here, the 90s bars was crazy. You know what I'm saying? The Satan worship and everything that was programmed. How do we not look up now in 2026 and don't understand what happened? But what needs to happen now is that everyone needs to keep rapping. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that are no longer rapping. What are you waiting for? What are you holding back for? Are you holding back for a paycheck? Then that's something, you know what I'm saying? Then you got to think hip-hop wasn't started about that. Let's go back and just put the music out.
I mean, culturally, yes, of course. And anybody who ever did this or did it just for the love of it still does it. You know what I mean? And just because you don't see them do it, that don't mean they're not doing it or are still invested into the culture. Some of the, like I don't DJ every day. I don't DJ in a club or nothing like that, but if you come in my house, you'll swear you in a fucking DJ house. You understand what I'm saying? Because I live what I do. I didn't just do it at one time and that was it. We all live this shit. And we all got receipts, you know what I mean, of what we are. It shows. If you don't got nothing to show for this, and I mean, you know what I mean, then I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. And the fact, I mean, you said that people have to keep MCing, people have to keep rapping, and the fact that more people doing it is a good thing. There's no fucking quality control, first of all, in rap music, in hip hop, in the first fucking place. Okay? What other entity that you know that anybody can come and do it? What do you know? What business, what corporation, What anything that's worth anything that anybody can go and copy it and do it? I'll wait. If you, there's a certain level of you know what I mean? There's a certain motherfucking level of excellence, okay, that you're supposed to have at something that's supposed to be real, okay? And if hip hop was real, then it's supposed to maintain a level of fucking excellence, okay? Is that gonna exclude people? You motherfucking right, cause everybody ain't excellent, okay? So then you put another tier underneath that. Okay, second tier, maybe not as excellent, but this and this and that, such and such and such. And then do you know what it is? You know why it's there. Okay, you got some people that just, hey, you know what? What the fuck? I'm gonna try to do that. Put them in their own motherfucking category. Okay? But everything's been mixed. And it's like, you know, when it comes to our culture, oh yeah, let everybody in. Be inclusive. Let everybody that came and fucked our shit up. If it was some quality control, you would only hear good music. You would only hear quality shit. You would only, you know what I mean, see quality performances and quality shows. Okay? But guess what? That's going to limit the amount of people you get to see. That's going to limit the amount of people that you get to eat or get to eat off of. Nah, you gotta let so-and-so do something because we, you know, this and that. Because there's an audience for that too. And there's an audience for this. And there's people out there that like that too. Understood. Give each one of them their set of what they like. But don't mix it in with this. Because then you're going to dissolute on everything up here. You understand what I'm saying? There should be a dividing line or some kind of fucking division between what's what.
Right.
I think my only pushback is this. I think that by and large, if you are talking about underground mainstream hip hop, you're talking about underline, then I think that's a different thing. Most of the time, what it is that people want to hear is what the people want to hear.
Absolutely.
Right?
What they're playing.
It's about what the people want to hear. So now, even when that's sort of my point with the brother with the question, when the question was like, yo, let's make it a situation where we had this coalition, and then you got to go through the coalition to get your shit out. What happens if the coalition say it ain't good? Right? Like how many A&Rs?
Then it don't go out.
Listen though.
It don't go out. How many? That's quality control. It's quality control. We are the experts, and we say that shit ain't good enough. Now, of course, there'll be somebody. Well, I like it. Well, fuck you.
You're gonna get a handful of people.
All right. So hold on.
We're not going to
argumentatively, fellas, hold on. Right? Let's think about how many A&Rs who were the people that you're talking about. Think about how many of those people said, no, I don't think this motherfucker is dope. And then that motherfucker became Jay-Z, was denied.
Yes.
He was denied, dog. And then he went on to become what the fuck he's out here doing.
All right, but
so there's no.
Yeah, but who said he wasn't dope?
Who
said he wasn't dope?
Whoever it was.
Because if you had the right people there, they would have knew and he was dope and he would have been in. He would have been in.
I only disagree to this the point. You never know. You never know a person is going to have that's going to connect to the masses. You can't always know it because it's not always metaphors and similes. It's not always that, right? Sometimes it's a different thing.
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's whatever they put out there.
Right.
It's whatever they put out there. So if you're in the music business, right? Okay, and you put out music, it's whatever the fuck you put out. Leo Cohen said, listen, I could take your grandmother right now and put her in the studio and get a multi-platinum album right now. It ain't about you.
Right.
It's about what we can do and make happen.
That's right.
Okay, so the shit is dictated to us already.
Right.
We not consuming what we like. We consuming what the fuck they give us.
What they give us.
Okay, and so you judging the level of what they give us.
Thinks?
Huh?
There's no critical thinkers.
The only critical thinking you have is what you critically think about what the fuck they giving you. Okay? If that's all you have to think about, that's the end of your critical thinking.
Just let me say some point.
Whatever comes outside that box.
Just grab the
If
mic,
you're looking
grab the
outside the box, you look in that box, you get what you get, and then you judge it by that.
Okay, just a real quick point. Before hip hop got put on record, okay, we had a Coke Rock. Understand me? We had a Melly Mel, Cash, whatever. And guess what? We were making tapes. We were on tapes, and people were buying those tapes and taking them to the house. It wasn't controlled. It wasn't a controlled situation. Okay? And this is where the tapes come from and so forth. Okay? It wasn't a society. It wasn't, big business. This is something that we ate off of. And everything was moving smoothly. Because we didn't you understand? We didn't throw marbles under each other's feet. Because we know what we had to do to survive. You understand?
Our shit was more based on whether you was good or not, if people liked you or not.
People.
All right, there was a standard. There was a standard. We had tapes, they had tapes. Our tapes was dope, their tapes was whack. As simple as that. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even one whack or dope. It was like, we like this. We like this. That's all right, but we like this. Okay? But it wasn't, nobody told us what to like.
Right.
Nobody marketed to us to say like this. Right. Nobody put a video behind it and put naked bitches in it and say, look at this. This is what's dope. I mean, nobody created charts. Nobody created stuff and put on charts and put us on charts and put out awards and gave people awards to make you think. All your shit is programmed towards that.
On tapes.
Okay? Before that, it was just what you like, what you listen. Here, you take a tape. Tell me if you like it. I didn't sell you no story. I didn't say, yo, this tape come from some so-and-so who got a big car. And so I didn't say none of that. Just here, listen to the music. Or just come to the show. Come to the show. See what you like. Simple as that. But now so many variables on top of it, which guide what you like. Outside of just you playing liking something, you're programmed, okay, and that's just the game, and that was introduced by the record business. Like Hap said before that, you go, you see some, that shit was dope, or that shit was whack, and it was as simple as that. Okay, no outside influences telling you, yeah, but it is dope though. You know why? Because such and such and such, and this and that, and then you start dressing shit up, and that's why I made rhymes about people, thinking that they dope because they all dressed up and fly. It ain't about that. It ain't about that. Your fucking jacket ain't gonna rhyme. Your chain ain't gonna dance. You know what I mean? None of that shit matters at the end of the day when you're talking about what matters. When you take the emphasis off of what matters, all the clouds and smoke, you know what I mean? That's what sells records mostly nowadays. Talk to us, bro.
The reason why you have such a well soliloquy on it, the advantage of being from the conception and watching it transform. The word that we're missing to answer to you, and I'm going to be descriptive, not long-winded. People mistake it because I'm speaking in context, but this context is important. I'll show you the cross-reference. The word is called colonialism. China just banned OnlyFans. They banned it. And the reason why they banned it, right, because they did what you did. Colonialism. Hip-hop, right? By its significant context. Yes, there's many cultural contributions, but by a significant context in the terms of culture, because culture is language, it's a black culture. Foundation Black Americans, all of that's the subjective in that, but the geographical reality, it's under a European concept, so it's able to be colonized. I'm gonna give you something. If you listen to bachata, salsa, merengue, right now, you hear the same connotation that it was in its conception. Why? Because Europeans don't speak Spanish, so they couldn't colonize the culture. Because colonialism worked. There's a book called Behold the White Pale Horse, and it says in a certain chapter, this new black culture, they were talking about hip-hop, it is too sophisticated. We need to make it dumbed down. This is why what he said is so important. We need to make it dumbed down and give access to the non-intellectual. We'll go back to what he's saying. This is why it's important. Fight the Power was 3 times platinum, right? Fight the Power was 3 times platinum. And then they took certain gangster records and they put it in the word is called syndication. What is syndication? There's $250,000 worth of syndication, $750,000, $1.5 million. It is when a record company takes a certain amount of finances. You can't pay for radio spins, but you purchase radio ads. Those radio ads dictate how many spins. You could pay for 200 spins a day, 300, and now you could do this in syndication. So what happens in syndication, the word syndication, sonic. Syndication is sonic manipulation. So now, that's why his soliloquy is so accurate. He watched it. He birthed it. He watched it. You can literally control what people listen to. Now, here's the uncomfortable truth. Now you're dealing with black culture. Our psychological spectrum to post-traumatic stress syndrome is the highest because we're the only experience where our identity is colonialized. So now we are more subjugated to brands. There's a doctrine called How to Sell to the Negro. Dr. Boyce Watkins talks about it. He just broke it down. Your chain and watch can't do that. Most of us believe that indirectly because we live vicariously through brand because our identity. We're dealing with colorism. We're dealing with all of these things that attack identity. This is on purpose. So we're the only culture where it's colonized in that capacity. So what you're talking about is smart, but why he asked that question is the executive path to that. Like he answered it, it's too late. China was in certain position that they stopped it now. Why? Because their culture was never colonized. So the thing about respectfully, I like that because that's a passion. What he was talking about though, like we broke down racism. To be racist, you have to be in position. To colonize, you have to be in position. There is no executive position. Right, there was an attempt with Dame Dash, Master P, Suge Knight to own black distribution, but they stopped that. Why? There was an attempt to do that because that's part of the reason what happened with Cosby. This is a fact. He was, I think it was 93.2% of the syndication value. So what he did was for every one negative image we're gonna put out, and Viacom was like, what? No, this is, so it goes back into that. It wasn't just one it wasn't just one what's the neighborhood? Black Wall Street. It was 271 Black Wall Streets. We had banks. Every time we've organized, they've either colonized. So the thing is, having the only thing I can go back and say one word is, at the end of the day, hip hop, in terms of the performative aspect, MCing is still connected to a cognitive and educated skill. You have to have a certain level of education. So if we focused on that and it went into the academic space, then the strategy of implementing good or not, because we are at the time where the cognitive skills is the lowest. The average 18-year-old can't read towards a third grade reading level. This is why mumble rap is more prevalent, because they're projecting energy more than dictation, more than elaborating, and actually, and you came at a time where a song, right? A song is like an essay. Songs used to have 3 verses. What is an essay? Introduction, body, conclusion. The chorus is the thesis statement, right? I know I used to teach hip hop to certain students. That allows, right? That allows cross-reference, practice, due diligence. You now hear young people, are you doing too much? You gonna practice this? No. Why? So then going back into the monetization of it. So he said and that's that, and this is why this is important, because even though young people push culture, elders set standard. So that's why as informative I am, I'm just informative from the perspective of research outside of having a tangible experience of being signed to a powerhouse and dealing with traumatic trauma, and then all that pain had me to learn the music industry. But being from the conception, you have a tangible understanding that I'll never have. So so now when you speak, I'm like, yo, I'm not. It's so what he's saying is so effective. What he's saying is so effective. That's the advantage of that. And what you're saying was more passionate, and the pushback. The reason why is because you don't think that like they tried to do that. But colonization, this is not a cultural thing. Colonization is an executive power European thing. After the Haitian Revolution, they wanted to make sure no black systemic entity was ever sophisticated again. There's lies. There's lies. The most present fathers in the neighborhoods are black. The highest crime rates in the city, in the United States, are in Philadelphia and New York. Do you know that's the places where children are the least arrested? When I found this stuff out, I was like, what? What? You could syndicate information. You could syndicate information. Right now, your son, he knows because he does the work. Your son is connected to another person from the Sex Money Murder. They did the Drop Your Flag challenge, right? It's reaching, it's reaching over 2,000 kids daily. These are things you could on your Instagram. There's an algorithm search, and you could put up a topic, and then you can see how much people is reaching, and then when you reach, there's a response thing. This is a real thing. So the thing is respectfully, I have a simplistic answer, right? This is a capitalistic society, right? And I'm not here to be critical on Jay-Z, because it's nothing wrong with being capitalistic, but at some point your capitalism needs to have a preservation, because that's what China does. That's the thing about communists. They want to make money, but not at the expense of that. So why say that? It should be Jay, Drake, Nas, you, all of the legends, and then they can execute that. Because what will happen then? Because now executive power will come in and listen. But the problem with that is that it's not. It's.
So the executive power is who?
The executive power would be in that situation. What?
Would be like the coalition.
Yeah.
So,
right.
but it wouldn't just be Coco Rock.
Right.
Mike C. You would have Jay-Z.
Do you understand that?
Right, but it's an upper level.
Do you understand that? Do you understand that? TikTok, right? TikTok is a multi-billion-dollar corporation that was completely silenced, right, by a country, right, through a political situation. You know how hard that is? Because capitalism, even though other places are communist and socialist, capitalism is still the leading free trade of the world. But here's the truth about capitalism.
Hate you and still do business with
right.
you.
But here's the truth about here's the truth about capitalism. The highest grossing person to ever make money was not a capitalist. He was a socialist by the name of Mansa Musa. Right? And one of the most this is crazy, but one of the most European billionaires in Warren Buffett, he studied him. And then he said later on in his life, he said, I realized philanthropy is the only thing that matters. So what happens is, in a capitalistic society, people who get to the status of this billionaire, but then there's multi-millionaire, because hip-hop has created lots of them, especially outside of the performative aspect of the business, because the business just is designed to keep the creator of the intellectual property not grossing. So
all right, we gotta wrap this up. So
yeah. So to close, it's a capitalistic society. You need people who are willing to put the capital up and create the executive institution with the credibility of legends to go, okay, And if that happened, it'll happen right away. Because the same way Jay-Z got on a stage and responded to some information about him, and then all the demographics who criticized and said he wasn't relevant, that's their coverage. So the hypocrisy exposed there. It'll be just as relevant if it happened again, because we're still a capitalist society, and people will come in. So if that's what China did. We don't care how much money TikTok happened. We're abandoning it.
Okay. Exactly, and that was a long motherfucking way. No. Hold on. Let me make the correlation to what you said. It's like we can have an executive board. We can set rules and laws and say that this is the way it's going to be, but we gotta stick to it. Right. You can't let somebody come in with some bread and say, yo, this and that. So we could do, this and this and that. And then you sell out. Now your whole shit is done. Your whole shit is done. And if you don't stick to those original core motherfucking truths and beliefs and everything that from the foundation, and you let somebody, how about letting a female or and I'm not saying females in particular, I'm just saying anything else outside of what the fuck you was originally going to do just for the sake of inclusion, okay? That's how things get watered down. That's how shit get watered down.
My apology, I just wanted to say that in this day of media, it's so provocative that if I choose to speak on camera, context is important. Is because the problem with people say things to be provocative, and there's not a lot of context. And James Baldwin said there's a difference between being long-winded and speaking with context. And because I happen to speak with context, you have to cross-reference a lot of things that I'm saying from an intellectual perspective to a person. And I'm not being condescending, to a person that might not have the education or the patience to be objective, is that. But then a European Jordan Peterson gets a book deal. You know what I mean? So it's we really have to get back to stop with the anti-intellectualism. Stop making it unpopular to be intelligent, educated, objective. Literally objective. Let's disagree without disrespecting. You know what I mean?
No doubt. I agree.
The people who,
I was just trying to wrap the show up, bro.
I just want to just say one thing. One thing I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm just saying black people are the only people that it was so right, like you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Colonialism.
You could be a dumb kid and then it could be all right. But I'm gonna let it rock.
Yeah, colonialism.
All right, well, listen, we've come to an end of a great motherfucker show. Clap it up, man. Man, salute to our guest, man, the legendary Coke LaRock, my brother. Right? To my man Mikey D, all right? Mikey Destruction. Tuffy, all right, from Video Music Box and Hush Tours. And of course, my son Jonathan Kimball, all right? So, I think we had some well-rounded guests today, you know what I mean?
Right.
We covered a myriad of things, you know what I mean, on the show today. Salute the Bigga, all right? The Bigga picture, you know what I'm trying to say? Guys, once again, we can't say enough about the New York Knicks, man. 2026, world champions, 53 years in the making, you know what I mean? Like I said, me and Coke talked about it earlier. We watched Willis Reed limp out that motherfucking locker room, man. We saw Clyde take over the game, you know what I mean, hit 36, you know what I mean, and they beat the Lakers, I mean, with Wilt Chamberlain back in the day. Y'all don't understand, okay? Jesus. So New York is on fire. The parade is this Thursday, okay? We going out, right?
We going outside.
All right, we going out. We going to be outside. All right, Mike, you coming out?
10 a.m.
That nigga ain't going nowhere. He ain't going no goddamn where.
He gonna be sleeping 7.
All right, man. We out of here, man. Thank you, everybody. Our studio audience as well. All right, you already know Cazual Talk. All right, with the Henny Boyz. Like and subscribe, motherfuckers. We out.
All right. And
can watch the Knicks play basketball. This is New York Knicks. I can watch the Knicks play basketball. This is New York Knicks. Place your bet on us and bet it's us. In the weight with Trust the Jet ain't us. J-Land in your face, so pass the J. No Antonio, you just cast away. We birthed hip-hop, so we got the win. Still mad I sin in the garden. Want action, but ain't no B. But a Bill Jackson, let me call OG. Pass the cup, no more refill. No toll on bridges before me kill. I know you read just hoes, man. Before touch might need dough land. Your team stinks, I call them farts. Played your part, but you don't got Josh Hart. We got the juice, my city the proof. Clyde in my group, they know I'ma shoot. Wanna play with us, we play with toy. Give you a tip, you're just an errand boy. Winning New York. This is New York Knicks. New talk. Winning New York. This is New York Knicks. New talk. Winning New York. This is New York Knicks. New talk. I can watch the Knicks play basketball. This is New York Knicks. I can watch the Knicks play basketball. This is New York Knicks.